Internet friends, my name is Katie Obi10, and welcome to Week 3's commentary of Dance with the Stars Season 27. Before we get started on everybody's most memorable year dances, I want to address some things based off of last week due to my absence. First of all, Juan Pablo shaved. And to be honest,
I don't like it.
Okay, if you don't get that joke, or if you don't even watch Doctor Who, and regardless, if you don't find that funny, you get the hell out of here, because that shit's funny, and I've been waiting to use that joke for a long time, and I felt I got cheated on by not even doing that last week because of my whole fuck-ups. Anywho, back to the other part of the video that I want to discuss about with last week. Let's basically talk about the elephant in the room. So last week we lost Danielle and Artem. And there's been a ton of controversy regarding with the phone lines not being able to be combined with our online votes and the judges scoring. And is it right? No, it's not. I felt like it should have been thrown out and be like, you know what, let's just do a double elimination. But I think we're on a time crunch because this season's more jam-packed with a lot of shit. And it's so chaotic. And I think they're just like, well, what do we do? Do we just not eliminate anybody? Do we do a single elimination? Do we do a double? I think they were stressed on what to do in this matter. And I feel bad for Danielle and Artem with this whole thing in general. But at the same time, I don't know what more Artem could have done with Danielle. Because honestly, obviously, with the obvious, how many times can I say that in a video? She's blind. Sorry to be blunt about it, but yeah. And realistically, I don't think there was much more that she could do with Artem and his vision and everything else in between. But, it's a tough call, and I do wish her luck with her future endeavors. And Artem, buddy, maybe you should start kissing up to ABC's ass, and maybe you can get a better partner that can actually move, like how Tinashe got Brandon on the first go with him being a pro. And dude, step it up, man. You gotta try to get yourself better partners. So let's move on from that. So, to help me out with my fuckery of a review show this week, I have a special guest. No, it's not Drunk Kate. I don't know where that fucking bitch is. I haven't seen her in the last couple of seasons. But, yeah, I think this is somebody that you all know and very love from the last time I had somebody do this show with me.
I'm back!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my best friend, Sarah, has returned to this review show.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me back, Katie.
Well, it's Monday, you don't go to your job, I'm lonely.
Yeah, it's one of my few days off. I'm very happy to help.
So yeah, let's get started! So to kick off the start of the show, Mary Lou and Sasha did a Viennese waltz to We Are the Champions from Freddie Mercury and the band Queen.
The biggest badasses in history.
Well, yeah, that's the understatement of the century. I thought she did very well. I love the way that she, curled her thumbs. I love the way that she, extends her arms out to finish. It was really, really lovely and intricate.
I immediately was, my eyes were tearing up a little bit just, after her explaining she did all this crap literally 6 weeks after having her knee fixed.
Oh yeah, that's an understatement and a shock value. I'm like, really? I've never seen anybody that hardworking to be like, you know what, fuck you. I don't care if I have a fucked up knee. I'm just gonna go out and win a gold medal, whether I can or not. And here she was, 1984, killing it. So, my main problem with Mary Lou is, I don't know how she's doing voting wise. Like, Sasha's one of the most popular dancers now, but I think Mary Lou is still struggling with the younger audience. What do you think?
Probably.
Which is why she's probably, like, being picked to be like, oh, you're gonna go on the first hour of the show. And that's really bad to say, but she keeps getting the short end of the stick. And she's like 4'9", and I'm 5'1". I don't know. Why am I making short jokes?
Because you're a little badass.
Well, thanks. So, what the hell did they get for the scores? I didn't write any of my notes down, okay? I was slacking. Okay, they received all 8s of 24, so that's pretty good. A good way to start off. Why are you laughing at me still?
Just that you forgot to write your crap down.
Look, I was live tweeting. You expect me to do it all?
Admittedly, yes, because I had to delete Twitter off of my phone.
Well, that explains why you don't get my tweets anymore. And there's the real tea.
I get the notifications through my email. It's just, I didn't have the space for it anymore. So I kind of had to delete it.
Overall, a great job from this pair. The only problem I had was I wanted to hear the ba 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 ba, we are the champions. All I got was we are the champions. Why do you sound like Cartman?
Well, that's pretty much what I was thinking when they didn't add the friggin'
Jesus Christ. Let's move on! Milo and Whitney, or Whittles. I'm sorry, that's my new favorite thing now. So
Milo and Whittles
did a jive to Can You Do This by Aloe Black. They received all 9s of 27. I thought this was a great dance.
I loved his energy.
Like, I loved how fun he was. I loved the energetic vibe. I loved the backflips.
Yeah, and then to find out he screwed up his hamstring during rehearsal and that he's pretty much squeezed into them pants to hold that crap in place.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's like, how? How can you do this? Then I think again, he's only 17. And I know people give teenagers a lot of shit, be like, oh, well, you don't know much about the world yet, blah, blah, blah. Well, do you have a movie on Disney Channel? Do you have a role on an ABC show? Which is American Housewife on ABC? Yeah, they are. I think so. Look, don't come at me.
It's one of those.
Sure. I thought he was really good, and it just reminds me so much of the earlier seasons with Evan Lysenchek with Anna Trubunskaya. It's like, he reminds me of so much of him with the facial features and the way he would extend his body around. It just brings me that much joy and nostalgia to watch. And I think we can see more potential from Milo in the weeks to come, because if they keep getting 9s, he's about to get a 10 at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go on to the next one.
Okay.
So during this discussion and Alexis's, when we get to her next, I will be doing a solo because Sarah was doing something else during those two performances. So, anywho, let's move on to Nancy and Val. They did a rumba, and it was to honor her life with her family, her husband, and her 2 lovely young ladies for daughters. So Nancy and Val, they received a 22 out of 30. I really loved it. It was a great performance. I loved how Nancy extended her arms out. I love the way that she moved her body so elegantly. I feel like she was struggling the first couple of weeks, and realistically, I don't think the first few dances that she did for us, I felt like it wasn't her. Like, it didn't mean something to her, in a way. But giving us this piece, this rumba, like, signalizing her family, her love for them, everything in between, I feel like this was more of Nancy's comfort level. And I felt like the rumba is more of Nancy McKeon than anything else. And realistically, how many times can I say that in a video? I believe that this is Nancy's best performance, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. And I thought Val did a great job at choreographing this number for her, because family is the most important thing in the world, and I cannot stress that enough. Alexis and Alan received a 26 out of 30 for her contemporary piece to How to Save a Life by The Fray, and this is in dedication to her mother who died of stage 4 cancer. I think it was breast cancer. I might be wrong. Please be nice to me of correct me if I am wrong. Okay, what I loved about this was we saw pure emotion from Alexis, because I felt like the last couple weeks she was holding her guard up. Like, she didn't want to let anybody in and everything. I felt like she was more closed-minded, and I really enjoyed watching her just like tumble her walls down and just be like, I'm still this fragile, broken young woman who is yearning for my mother who's no longer here. And it just it touches the heart, because anybody that's lost someone really close to them, like a parent or a grandparent, you know how that feeling is when you build up those walls and you just don't want to be hurt ever again after that critical moment in time. And I can relate with Alexis on that with my grandfather's death from this past March. I'm still trying to I'm letting my walls down, yet at the same time I'm still like keeping my guard up, because his death was the most devastating thing in the world. And to watch him in the last couple of weeks of his life, from February 11th, when the stroke happened, to the day he died, March 2nd, that was one of the most difficult times of my life. Yet, I had the most beautiful gift of giving him his last moments with me and him as grandfather and granddaughter. And even more so, being like of a father-daughter relationship, because he was the man that raised me. That he and my grandma are more of my parents for me than grandparents, but I still respect them being like, hey grandma, hey pop, you know. Alexis really drew something in me that made me think of that time frame of, where did I go wrong? How could I have helped him out? How could we have saved someone's life? And it just regenerates so much emotion and energy, and it's undescribable. Alan did a remarkable job contributing this wonderful, wonderful piece. And I think this is one of my favorite underrated dances. Like, she's not underrated. I feel like there were more dances better than hers, but low key, with it being underrated still, this is one of my favorites. Regardless of saying that, though, there was a moment where I felt like Alexis was rushing it a bit, but I think it was due to the raw emotion of going through the dance and getting through everything involving this whole thing. And another thing I wanted to mention is I loved how she was twiddling her mother's wedding ring before she began the dance. I thought that was really sweet and significant, and it just triggers something in my little mind that's like, wow, you know? Okay, so now let's move on to something more lively.
That was the shit!
And I couldn't resist doing it. I'm bawling with my eyes just like red and watering, and I'm like, fucking hell. Because I am the proudest Ravenclaw, the proudest Potterhead. Keo, you did us good!
Thank you, Keo!
And thank you, Ivana, for bringing more magic for us Potterheads and for your fellow Ravenclaws.
You, my dear... And yes, I'm going there. You were magical tonight. You were awesome.
Your Harry Potter castmates better see this shit and be very proud.
Oh, I definitely think they would be if they watched it.
Can you imagine if J.K. Rowling sees this shit?
And here's the bit about Ivana mentioning their letters back and forth over the years.
Very true. So, as we are rambling about with rave reviews, they got a 27 out of 30 to a Viennese Waltz to, yes, Hedwig's theme of Harry Potter fame. I am a Ravenclaw and Sarah is a Hufflepuff. And we are very proud Potterheads, through and through.
Yep.
I love the way that Ivana looked like a fragile yet brave young lady. And I love the way that she brought out little intricates of how she would create Luna's mannerisms to life again.
And during the beginning of the dance, because her dress was that dark Ravenclaw blue, I almost thought it was black set against that night sky.
And I love everybody in the audience just holding up candlesticks. Like, it just gives me the homey feeling of Hogwarts. It was missing a few things for me. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I wanted more, like, more intricate things of the Harry Potter universe, but besides the point of that, I love it. I really, truly love it.
I enjoyed it from beginning to end.
You're smiling from ear to ear. What more could you ask for? This is why I love this show, and this is why I love seeing people of all sorts and sizes from different career aspects coming together in this one show and bring us something new and unique. And Ivana is no exception.
No.
So, yeah, I love this.
Vote your asses off, please.
Don't fuck over Kiyomotsepe 2018. Not an ad, could be an ad.
Maybe.
Sure.
Next.
Oh, Joe. You try, buddy. You really do try. And I felt like you were trying today. But it was still abysmal.
You sucked ass, sir.
That's what we put in, sir. Jesus Christ.
Go home, you lonely bastard.
This is Sarah's campaign for the rest of the show, everybody. So, they got a... Fuck. I can't read my own writing. What writing? I don't even have writing. What script? No script. Fuck it.
What damn script?
We're freestyling. Anywho, they got an 18 for a Viennese waltz. So, go into my Twitter, because I had no notes whatsoever. What did I have? I had something. Okay. His knees were inward. They were bothering me with that. And I'm like, oh my god, this is Milo from week 1. Like, what the fuck are you doing with your knees, bro?
You trying to hold in a fart?
And like Alexis's contemporary, I thought he was rushing the whole fucking thing too much. Do you want to go home that bad, bro? Are you okay? You want help? They have help. I don't know, they do.
Maybe they have a midget run on stage and pants him.
Jesus Christ, sir. Well, Joe, if you really don't want to be here, just try doing the Cheryl Burke route with Ian Ziering. And people don't forget that one either. Sorry, Cheryl. Love you. So, Jada looked nice. I love the hair.
The dress looks really nice.
Joe. Next! So, Juan Pablo is still shaved, and I still don't like it, but he was really smoking hot tonight.
Oh, yes.
So, he chose 1999, was it, he said? 99?
Somewhere around there.
Yes, and he left his home country to give himself a better life. And I think he's doing pretty well with himself. I mean, you're Kimmy Gibbler's estranged husband on Fuller House. What more do you want? They did a samba to whatever that Spanish word is by J-Lo.
Ni tu ni yo.
Look, I'm not Spanish, y'all. I only took 1 year, and I failed. I barely passed the class.
I never took it, and I was admittedly guessing on the pronunciation.
Don't kill us.
Please, we're just white bitches from the Midwest.
So, it was spicy. Like, he was spicy hot. I'm kind of curious on... I'm not complaining about him getting a perfect score at all. Don't get me wrong.
That was freaking sweet.
Yeah. However, I'm questioning why giving the perfect score, because although it was really good, I also felt it was a tad bit underwhelming. Like, with most of Cheryl's sambas, it's really more hot and sexual and spicy, and
it's a hair under
and it
softcore porn.
Yeah, and you feel like you just had an orgasm after watching Cheryl's dances with anybody. Especially with Latinos.
Yeah. With this one, it was, kind of hot and fun, but it wasn't, every oven in the room's preheated.
Yeah. Normally, if I see like a really good looking guy giving me a steamy dance, I'll feel like I'm immediate pregnant. But this one, I'm like, what the fuck is missing?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that feels this way? Is she the only one that feels that way? Let us know. Tell us, please.
Like, going back to when Frankie Muniz did that creepy as hell dance.
Oh, his contemporary from Halloween.
Like, I literally texted Katie in the middle of it. He scared me so bad. I texted her and I went, I just peed a little. Like freaking Poe from Kung Fu Panda.
Like, I'm like, what the hell just happened? But Juan Pablo, my dear Juan Pablo, you were fantastical. I don't care if that's not a word. This is my show. I'm gonna make up fucking words. You were great. It was just not what I was wanting, in a way. Like, I wanted more spice. I wanted more pizzazz. More, you know? Well, your jazz hands.
We were just, like, again, it was really fun. It was, mainly a little bit hot, but at the same time, it's like, where's the, whoa, that was almost porn on TV?
Yeah. What the fuck, Cheryl?
What the hell, lady? Anything else?
Otherwise, it was fun, and I did enjoy it.
Yeah. Next!
Let's move on to John. Well, John didn't fuck up. So that's great.
Yeah?
He got a 21 for his waltz to Smile. And I believe this was originally done by Charlie Chaplin, but I could be incorrect. No, in fact, it was one of Michael Jackson's favorite songs.
Really?
Really?
It was really beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I remember, I think it was either Tito Jackson or Brooke Shields that said that at Michael Jackson's funeral that it was his favorite song. One of his favorites. But anyway, back to John. Sorry. John chose 2016 when he lost his mother and his home fucked up because of, what was it?
He lost his home in the floods in Louisiana because where his house was, the river had a bend in it, and when everything started flooding, everything washed over the banks and down towards his house and his mother's house.
That's it. See, she remembers more details than I am. This is why I asked her to do this show with me anyway this week. So how'd you think Johnny Boy did?
It was beautiful. Like, I immediately had tears in my eyes just because it was so sweet, and I was almost expecting him to sneak a picture of his mother up there when he finished.
I love the way that his mother's favorite flower was, like, sprinkling down on him as he's twirling.
Yeah, I actually liked how they incorporated that yellow rose into pretty much the entirety of that dance, and then that finish with just the little shower of the petals.
I think we'd never seen that before, and I thought that was a lovely touch, and I thought Emma did a great job incorporating that.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to make his mother proud, and he's like, okay, I better not fuck this up because this is a song and a dance for my mother. Because she's like, oh, I haven't seen you smile in a while.
I think she would have been very proud of him.
Yeah.
And, when they were talking about that year, I think it's sweet that she waited to go till she knew that he had someone to keep him happy and to be there for him.
Right. And I'm thinking to myself, because I think he's had 2 previous marriages before, and I'm thinking to myself, not disrespect to John or his partner now or anything in between, but I'm thinking to myself, so she didn't think he was happy with the first 2 wives that he had?
Evidently not.
What made the new one so special? To be like, okay, I'm crooked, peace up. I thought John did really well, and it surprised me because the last couple weeks I'm like, he's just gonna be that idiot goofball, like another insert whatever old partner of Emma's you want here.
Yeah.
But I think John did pretty well, and this is probably my favorite from him. Other than that stupid, just a good old boys.
I thought that was actually pretty corny but cute.
I know somewhere in the clouds Pop's like, oh come on, I'm dead and you finally get him? My grandpa loved the Dukes of Hazzard. And, yeah. I know he's probably having the time of his life watching all these fuck ups down here, and he's like, I'm glad I'm not dealing with this shit no more. I remember last season when there was no Max, no PETA, no Val at all during the athletes version. I told my grandma, and I'm like, I bet you your grandpa on the other side is pissed off that he's not alive to see no Schmierkowskis at all for a season. Because, no disrespect to any of them, my grandfather was not a fan of Max and Val and PETA.
Again, no offense. Oh shit, the picture changed.
We talked too long. Let's go to Bobby. Let's go to Bobby! Bobby Bones. Wow. That, I did not expect that kind of story.
I certainly didn't.
Drugs, alcohol with his mother, struggled with it, God knows how long, and having him at 15, not finishing. Will you shut off your fucking phone when we're doing a review show? She has the Kim Possible theme song as her texting tone.
At least it wasn't a video game music startup menu.
Very true. Regardless, I'm very happy that Bobby had a bigger dream for himself because he didn't want to be in the same cycle as his other relatives before him. He didn't want to end up where they were. He loves them so much, and yet he's like, I know there should be a bigger chance for me, a bigger future out there, and I should dream big. And he's set to do that. He was the first person of his whole family to graduate high school. He helped his mother realize, you know what, I should get a GED. And that's amazing. And the story of hope and survival and rejuvenance exemplified so well with this contemporary, and I'm like, I was encaptured by it, and I was so in love with this piece. And it made me feel all the dreams that I dreamed of when I was younger. And even though I don't have those same dreams anymore, those same passions, you still remember them, and you look back and be like, wow, I did that of a different dream. What did you think?
God. It really, pulled at my heartstrings here, and just how rough his start in this world was, and just knowing that all he's accomplished and overcome is pretty awe-inspiring.
He started from the bottom of sleeping on the couch and everything in his own home, not having a closet, and now he's one of the biggest country radio talk show hosts in the country. And that's a big accomplishment.
It really is.
Especially coming from a small town boy. And I am a small town girl. We are small town people, and I still dreams I still dream of the dreams that I have, even though it probably won't happen. So, Bobby, thank you for exemplifying the little kid in all of us.
That little kid that loves to dream big and think of, what the future will bring.
Keep inspiring and keep believing and keep dreaming.
And no flossing like a dingling.
Damn it, that was my line! Tinashe and Brandon. What more could I say from this pair? They are a dynamite team. And this one is another great dance for them in the books.
I admittedly did not know who this girl was when, she was announced. I really don't listen to R&B all that much.
I think she's like more R&B and pop. I might be wrong.
Yeah. Like, I don't really listen to that kind of stuff all that often. But she actually, she did make a fan out of me.
Like, she won you over?
Yeah.
She's won me over with her dancing, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching them do the rumba, and she's really phenomenal, and she sells it. And I'm like, telling Sarah, I'm like, I bet she's gonna get all 10s like Juan Pablo. And she's like, well, maybe she's gonna get all 9s. And she was right. Tinashe and Brandon get all 9s. So I'm thinking to myself, one, that's the first time she has been on the leaderboard, like the top of the leaderboard at the end of the night. Two, what's going on here? Because is Juan Pablo really struggling with votes where he got the perfect score? I don't know what's going on there. Someone help me out here. What's your conspiracy theories about it? Like Shane Dawson, hey, what's up, you guys? What the fuck was that? I love the way that Tinashe like moved her body around, and I love the way that Brandon just like, what's the word I want to use? Like,
he really complimented her.
Yeah, like they just dance like two souls in one. And I gotta say, Brandon, I keep saying it every week, but Brandon, my God, he is really fucking good for a first time as a pro.
He really is.
Brandon, give us your secrets, bro. What are you doing? Now I understand why they hired you over Haley first. I love you, Haley. Don't come at me.
Yeah, it's no offense to you. It's just
Brandon, wow.
Yeah.
It's like, where have you been? I haven't seen this much fun and excitement and exuberance since when Derek and Mark first joined the show.
Yeah.
Just, wow. So, what was this one? Yeah, it was a rumba. Really sultry, really sexy, yet it was still... Ow. My phone dropped on my ankle. No worries. It was still beautiful and elegant and classy. She looked really more of a lady. Like, I'm not saying she was like a hoe before. I'm saying she looked really, really more like a mature Tinashe.
She looked absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, there we go.
And hearing her song,
like slowed down, remixed, acoustic,
it was really good.
Is there a way where I could buy that song on iTunes? Because I can jam to that.
Or I can just be a pirate for you and do my voodoo.
Shh, don't blow your secrets, man. This is a review show.
I'm not saying what I used to do it.
They're gonna come after us.
Ignore that!
Let's finish this off with DeMarcus. So, Sarah was doing dishes when DeMarcus performed last. So, we're gonna talk about that. I thought that DeMarcus held his own very well, and he was a strong leader, and he was, oh my god, he was like this passionate lover, yet he was also a fighter, and oh my goodness, it was phenomenal. He chose 2016. Sarah, the Broncos won the Super Bowl in 2016, right? Hello? I guess I'm gonna go for that. She's not answering me. So, anywho, they won the Super Bowl. I think it was 2016. Comment down below if I'm wrong or if I'm right. Don't at me if I'm a fucking idiot. What I loved about it was a really unique idea from Lindsay. I felt like it was lacking some qualities. Like, it was lacking some of the action that I'm used to in an Argentine tango. And I felt like it was shorter than others. I don't know why, it just felt that way. But regardless, I loved it. DeMarcus is one of my favorites right now, one of my many favorites of the cast this season. And he does remind me of Donald Driver from season 14. Yeah, season 14. He reminds me of Donald Driver with the hard work and the determination to make everything perfect and excellent in every show that you put on. And I really love it. I love the exuberance of it. It's just it shows off very well, and it's portrayed fantastically, and I'm just ready for more. That's all I got. So Nancy took the good, and she took the bad, and she took the both, and now she's eliminated. Look, I try making a facts of life joke. You see how hard this is, making puns.
Hey, I thought it was funny.
Thank you. Well, I couldn't say I was surprised to see Nancy go. I mean, other than grocery store Joe. Sorry, we're eating food now. Other than grocery store Joe, Nancy was consistently one of the weaker ones, especially in the females.
Sadly.
I love Nancy. I just wish she tried a little bit more. Like, I'm not saying she didn't try, I'm saying it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
What do you think about her being kicked off?
She did her best. You know, she was trying hard, but
And for no dance experience, 3 weeks is pretty good.
yeah.
And yeah. I don't know what else you want out of us. Nancy really I guess because she was with Val, I was kinda hoping with something incredible, especially with no dance experience. I was kind of expecting like something like with Bindi. Because she had no dance experience at all and she did really phenomenal.
Especially her dance on Halloween.
Yes.
That's still one of my favorites.
Yes. But I guess it didn't translate. Ugh. It didn't translate well with Nancy. And it's not her fault, and it's not Val's. I think maybe it's just something wasn't connected where it was going to execute great on their part.
Right.
So, Nancy, you did phenomenal. You did your best. And I wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors.
Best of luck, ma'am.
Val, just plan your fucking wedding with Jenna, okay?
Have fun on the couch.
You're gonna be a deep shit after that comment, bro. Next week is Trios Night, which... Why the fuck are we doing this in week 4?
It's usually not till, like, the middle of the season that they pull this thing out.
I don't get it. What's going on here?
I don't know!
I wish I could find that clip from Doctor Who to use that in this review. But we don't have it. We're on a time crunch.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who's gonna be participating in these trio dances. I know we saw Maddie Ziegler, and I fucking hate her guts. I'm not a big Maddie Ziegler fan. I'm not a Mackenzie Ziegler fan. I don't care for both. Cat, we're doing a review show. Do you mind not meowing?
Yeah, don't mind Sly, everybody.
I hear that Melissa Rycroft is gonna be in a trio dance, and I'm not for this. There's some tea right there. I don't fucking care for her. Riker's back, my boy. I hear he's with Milo and Whitney.
That's gonna be fun.
I want to hear more, so if anybody has the full list of everybody who's going to be in the trio dances, leave it in the comments below, and I'll get that sorted for next week's show. So, I do have a special announcement, but it will not be announced until next week's show, so stay tuned for that. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for this whole fucking review. Sound off in the comments below. What you guys think of this year's more... Blah, blah, blah. I can't even talk.
This week's most memorable year.
Yeah. What did you guys think of this week's episode? Who are your favorites? Who are your least favorites? Are you still pissed that Grocery Store Joe's still here?
The lonely bastard.
Because I know a lot of fucking people are really pissed off on Twitter, even the ones that are fans of him. And I'm just like, T. So if you guys enjoyed this week's video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and you want to see more of me in the future, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to be alerted when I upload new content. So, Sarah, thanks again for helping me out with this shit show.
Thanks for inviting me to come on again.
Well, I don't know when she's going to come back on since she has her job, abandoning me in the show. I love her dearly, but she's really betrayed all of us by leaving. Because we were going to do more reviews like this, but then she had a job.
We can always do it on the weekends, if you can put off that long.
I can't do it. But anywho, we're going to eat food, and unlike Sarah, I will see you guys next week. I love you all. Take care.